Right now, as you can see on my screen, this is the account, the dummy account we created. Now, quickly, before I continue, I want to quickly show you the email sent for that account. Now, you can see on this email here, they said action required, verify your identity. So, this is to tell you that maybe like a day or 2 days after you create your account, they are going to ask you for verification of those details on your Upwork account. So now how do we set up our payment system? Now I told you that the recommended payment system for people living, in fact, for most people who freelance on Upwork, the general recommended payment system is Payoneer. But for locations that cannot use PayPal, you can actually also use Payoneer. So I'm going to show you how you can create Payoneer now. The first thing you want to do is to create an account with Payoneer. And to do that, you want to type payoneer.com and then we'll quickly wait for that to load up. Now, please ensure that when you are creating your Payoneer account, please use genuine details. Now, when I mean genuine details, use your name the way it is on your bank account. So don't use a different name because it will also ask you to verify your details. And then when you want to receive payments from your Payoneer account to your account locally, you might have problem if you have different names appearing on both sites. So quickly, as you can see on the screen, the Payoneer is open. What we want to do is we want to actually sign up. So we can just come here and we'd say get started. And then we'll quickly wait for that to open up for us. And wait for that to open up. Now, the next thing we want to do, they're asking you, let's find the right account for your needs. As you can see on the screen, what you want to do is click on freelancer or SMB. So click on freelancer and then they'll still ask a couple of questions here. You can also click on this. Now it will bring us to this point where it will ask us to register. You can now see the register button which you would click on. Now click on the register button. And please ensure that before you attempt opening your Payoneer account, you can still use the same government issued ID you used for your to verify your Upwork account. You can still use the same ID to verify your Payoneer account. So basically, the requirements needed to open an Upwork account is similar to what you also need to register a Payoneer account. Now, as you can see now, they're asking you to select the type of business. Now, we want to use individual because we are not registering it as a company account. So we leave it as individual here. And I want to quickly fill in these details that they ask for. So I'm just going to quickly fill in, dummy details and then show you how it is done. So we want to use John. Let me quickly check the name we use on our Upwork. Okay, John. Okay, I think it's John Adewale. Okay, want to use John and then the last name here. Adewale. Now the email address, I'm just going to use the same email address I created for my Upwork account. Now please note that you can use a different email address. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you must use the same one. So I'm just going to quickly come here to check. This is Upwork test 453. Okay. See Upwork test 453@gmail.com. And then we'll proceed to re-enter the email. You can just copy this and then we paste this here. And then they're going to ask for date of birth. So I'm just going to fill in any dummy date of birth here. I'm just going to say, let me change it to March or February. Let's say 19, let me just pick any year. Let's say 1989, February 21st. Okay. And then we can click next. Now, something about your date of birth. The date of birth you are filling in here should be the same date of birth on your government issued ID. So don't use a different date of birth. If you use a different date of birth, they will now reject the ID that you are using that you try to use in verifying this account. So please try as much as possible to note that the first name, the surname, the last name, they should all be the same. Now I'm going to click on next here and wait for the next. Now on this part, now by default, they are going to show you they would use your IP to determine your current location. That's why you can see we have Nigeria here. Then street number, you can just fill in your address here. Let's just say two, um, um just say two. Okay. Now the more address you can leave it since it's optional. The city, town, let's say Lagos. Let's use the postal code there. And then they are going to ask you for a mobile um, phone number here. So at this point, you want to ensure that you are using you fill in a valid phone number because they are going to send a text to you for you to verify that particular number. So I'm just going to quickly try one of my numbers. Hopefully I've not used this on Payoneer before. Let's see. 0275. Let's see if this one will be accepted because I think I've used most of my phone for this. So we'll click on next and let's see. Now at this point, they're going to ask you to enter your password. So you can just pick your password. Now look at on your screen, you can see the guideline for using for the type of passwords that they accept. Now they said that a password should contain at least 7 characters, which includes one Latin alphabet and one numeric. So it just simply means you mix letters and numbers together. Basically, that's what it means. So I'm just going to uh, type in one here. Okay, I'm mixing both letters and numbers. Two. And then they're going to ask you for a security question. So I'm just going to pick any random question. Okay, now please don't pick a random question. Pick a question that you can actually remember. So even if you are asleep and they just wake you, hey, what is this? You can easily answer that question. The reason is if you lose access to your account, you can gain access back to your account using this secret question. So please don't fill a random question that you would forget. As much as possible, when you use this question and the answer, try as much as possible to write it down somewhere. Now I'm just going to quickly pick any name here, anything here. Let's just see what's the name of your first pet. I don't have a pet, so I'll just pick anything. I'll just say, let me call it name. That's the name. Let me just call it name. Now for this case, they're going to ask you for your ID details. So for this case, you can use a driver's license or you use an international passport or you use a national ID card. Now here, if you are to use it, you can see the three supported government issued ID that they accept. You have the national ID, the driver's license, and then the passport. This passport refers to your international passport for those that have. Now let's just say let's use a national ID. Now your national ID card, you would see you see a set of numbers there, which is like the ID number. You can quickly copy that number and paste it in here. So I'm just going to try. Let me see if I can just guess, let's say AJ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, be careful about this because if you fill in a false ID number, you will think that they've accepted it. But then when they ask you for further verification, if you provide a different ID number, it will shut down your account. So please be careful about this. And it doesn't matter, even if you have funds or you don't have funds there, if they see it is different, they'll shut down that account. And you might not be able to access those funds. So just click on next here. Now at this point, let's see, they are now asking us to add our bank accounts for withdrawals that belong to you or this company. Now, at the later points of this video, probably in the next video, I'm also going to show you how you add other account details. But for now, let's add the first account details. Now, if you have a Naira account, you can add it here. If you have a DOM account, which is a domiciliary account with your bank, you can also add it here. So I'm just going to quickly um, fill this up. We have Nigeria here, we have the currency Naira, and then we are going to select the bank that we want to attach to this place. So I'm just going to use Access Bank, and then automatically, now you can see the beauty of this. Automatically, it's sending us John Adewale. Now, please know that John Adewale is, it's a dummy detail that I've been trying to use. But then, since that is the name I'm giving to them, they assume it is the original name, and it must be the same with my bank account name. You understand now? So this way, they are trying to tell us that all you are providing to us is genuine. So this is why you should not use a different name to open your Payoneer account. So this point they are going to ask us for the account number. I'm just going to fill in any random 10 number. So let's say 07056789007. Is that 10? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. And then we can now say I agree to the terms and condition. I agree to the pricing and the fees. After that, we click on submit. Now, before I click on submit, you can see why can't I change this? Now, if you click on this, they are going to give you the reason why you cannot change this. Now, I'm referring to the account holder name. Now, look at what they wrote. They said when adding a bank account for withdrawal, the bank account holder name needs to match your Payoneer account holder name. If your bank account is under a different name, see the FAQ for assistance. So that's why you must ensure both are carrying the same name. I'll click on submit here and we wait for that to quickly load up. Now, let me refresh your mind again. We are not just creating this for the beauty of it. We are creating this so that we can receive payments from Upwork. Now you can see what they wrote here. They said, congratulations, your Payoneer account application has been submitted successfully and is now being reviewed. And then the first one here, they said application is completed, the review is in process. Now, most of the time, they might not even send you an email telling you that your account has been successfully approved. Sometimes they'll send you within 24 hours, but then I'll show you how you can tell it has been approved. Now, at this point here, we cannot proceed forward. So let's go back to our email to check if we have received any detail. Now, from that page, it's just automatically going to show us this. So we need to go back to our email. Let me quickly save this. Go back to our email to see if we have received any message from Payoneer. Now, I've received a message here that says I should verify my email address. So I'm just going to quickly do this. I'll click on verify email and I'll quickly wait for that to be verified. And like I told you before, you don't necessarily need to use the same email you have on your Upwork account for your Payoneer. It doesn't have to be the same, but it's better it is the same for some other reasons. But it's not really necessary. You can use different emails for both of them because your Upwork account and your Payoneer account are two different entities, two different companies. So Upwork doesn't own Payoneer. You only use Payoneer to get your payments from Upwork. That's what you do. I can see that you successfully verified your email here. Now let's try to log in. So we want to just go to sign in here. We'll click on the sign in button here and we'll try to log in that account that we just created. Now if you don't receive any email from Payoneer on your direct inbox, you can please check either your promotions folder or the spam folder. Sometimes their emails might either come to the spam folder or it will go to your promotions folder. Now let's quickly sign in. Now on this account, your email by default is the Gmail you use in registering for the Payoneer account. So I can just click on here because I already saved the password and the email, and then we click on sign in. Now, when you sign in for the first time, not even the first time, let's say after some time, but for the very first time when you try to sign in, they are going to send you a code. Now, as you can see on the screen, they're asking you for two-step verification. They said we've added an extra layer of security to your account. We'll send verification codes to the mobile number below. Turn it on or you do this later. So I'm going to do this later because I don't want them to send any code to this number. I don't want this number to be tied to this account. So I can just click on not now. But for you, please click on turn on. When you click on turn on, they will send a code to the number that you put in while you were registering so that you can turn on the two-step verification. Basically, two-step verification helps you in such a way that when you sign in your username and your password, they will still ask for this code just to give your account an extra layer of security. So I'm going to click on not now so we can access the account and then I show you a couple of things. Now we'll just wait for this to open up and yeah, it's loading. So guys, this is how your Payoneer looks like. Everything looks good here. We've successfully created a Payoneer account. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video. So I'll quickly stop this now because I don't want this to be too long.